But we thank you for coming.
I've come in. Now I want you to share your presentation and then you immediately start. I see the turn-up is so poor. Why?
I can't tell why.
Tezira has come. I can see Tezira, Mubarak, Mariam, Richie is on, Wilber is on. So, and the turn-up is now okay. It's getting better. 7 members. Okay. Beatrice, you can start.
Okay, thank you. I believe my work is clear from the other side.
I'm seeing it myself, implying others also should be seeing it.
Yes. Straight to my part of discussion. We are looking at the trait, like you all know. We look at the characteristics, quality that makes one from the other. And this can be physical, personal characteristics, even behavior. People are different when you have to define the term trait. Then under leadership, this theory suggests that effective leaders are born with the natural qualities like intelligence, confidence, and integrity. It also emphasizes that leadership is based more on inherent traits than on training or experience. Organizations use this theory to identify potential leaders by measuring these traits. It's widely used in areas like human resource department, military selection, leadership, and leadership development. The theory is simple and intrinsic. Many people believe some individuals are just naturally suited to lead. It's especially appealing in this situation that require quick decisions and clear leadership. Sources, and we are going to sources and historical background of this theory. Origins of the great man theory. The leadership trait theory began with the 19th century great man theory, which claimed that history was shaped by exceptional individuals like Napoleon and Napoleon. These leaders were believed to be born with special qualities or chosen by fate, not trained or educated into leadership. In the early 20th century, psychology helped transform this idea into trait theory. Scholars started identifying specific traits like intelligence or confidence that successful leaders often shared, moving away from mystical or hereditary explanations. This scientific approach laid a foundation for leadership research and influenced how leaders are chosen and trained in areas like business, education, and the military. And today, trait theory still plays a key role in leadership studies, especially when combined with approaches that consider behavior, context, and personal growth. Scientific studies, evolution of leadership trait theory. In the 20th century, researchers began to rethink leadership. Instead of believing leaders are simply born with special traits, they started exploring how both personality and situation influence leadership. Ralph Stoddil's contribution. He showed that traits alone don't make someone a leader. A person's traits must match the needs of the situation. This shift in thinking moved from leaders are born to leadership depends on context. Then Harman's review. For him, he reviewed many studies and found that traits like intelligence and domains were combined in leadership. This work supported the idea that traits matters, even as people began to value context more. Meta-analysis by Lord Devara and Halligar. These researchers used advanced statistics to confirm that traits like intelligence, extraversion, and dominance influence how people are seen as leaders. Their work gave strong evidence that traits help predict leadership potentials. Then Kirkpatrick and Luke's practical view. They urged that key leadership traits like drive, confidence, honesty, and motivation can be developed. Leadership isn't just about natural talent, it's also about learning and growth. Modern view. Under modern view, we are going to see the 5 personality model. Here we look at openness to experience. Leaders' I in these traits are creative, being curious, and open to change. They are great at innovation and adoption to new challenges. Then consciousness. These leaders are organized, reliable, disciplined. They follow through a goal. They follow through on goals and are known for their strong work ethics. Extraversion. Extroverted leaders are ongoing. They are confident and inspiring leaders. They excel in social settings and often emerge as natural leaders. Then agreeableness. You find these leaders are always kind, empathetic, and cooperative leaders. Build trust and harmony with other teams. They are especially effective in promoting ethical and collaborative environment. Emotional stability. This shows calmness, resilient leaders, and how they handle stress, work, and make steady decisions, especially in crisis. Then features of traits theory. Here we are going to look at the characteristics. There is inborn qualities. Under this, it suggested that leaders are born with the traits like intelligence, confidence, and charisma. These traits are stable and not easily learned or changed. A universal traits assumes that the same core traits apply to successful leaders across all cultures, industries, and and time periods. Predictive power. Here we believe that leadership potential can be identified early through personality tests and traits assessments. Leader focused emphasizes the individual leader's traits over team dynamics, environment, or follow behaviors. Fixed perceptive views traits aesthetic, placing less importance on training, experience, or personal development. Common traits of effective leaders. These leaders are always intelligent, enable critical thinking, problem solving, and sound decision makings. The self-confidence builds trust and resilience in the face of challenges. Intelligence promotes honesty, ethics, and consistency, earning respect and loyalty. Determination. These leaders it reflects drive and persistence to achieve goals despite obstacles. Social ability encourages strong relationships and positive team environments. Emotional intelligence involve empathy, self-awareness, and emotional control for better conflict resolutions. Charisma inspires and energizes follows through magnet presence and influence. So under the traits theory, we also looked the advantages, and there are also the disadvantages. And the first advantage is these leaders are simple and practical. I mean, this theory is simple and practical, whereby it's easy to understand, apply in leadership selection, identifies potential leaders. It helps spot leadership traits early for recruitment and promotion. Foundation for other theories, influence later models like behavioral and contingency theories. Supports assessment tools, aligns with the personality tests like BMTI and Big Five used in the leadership development. Universality appealing, focus on personal qualities, which makes it relatable across cultures and organizations. Then we look at the other side, the disadvantages of this theory. Ignores context, doesn't consider how environment or situations affects leadership success. Inflexible, assumes traits are fixed, limiting the role of learning and growth. Lacks universality. Not all effective leaders share the same traits. Culturally biased, traits value in another, or how they act. Applications of this theory in leadership. Corporate hiring and promotion. Companies use psychometric tests to identify leadership traits like intelligence, resilience, and emotional intelligence for recruitment and advancement. Leadership development. Organizations designs training programs around traits such as confidence and integrity using executive coaches to strengthen leadership potentials. Military leadership. Armed forces assess traits like discipline, courage, decisiveness to select and promote effective leaders under pressure. Then, under education and politics, leaders in schools and government are often chosen based on traits like vision, charisma, intelligence, which influence public perception and performance. Then under this theory, there are case studies. We looked at Steve Jobs and traits theory. Visionary thinking. Here, it's anticipated that future tech trends leading to innovations like the iPhone and app stores. Self-confidence. Trusted his instincts and made bold decisions despite criticism. Charisma. Inspired teams have inspired teams have peace. Akoni, you go and withdraw. You go and withdraw. You withdraw 20,000 from my line. Just a minute.
But you are supposed to alert us, otherwise we are attending to your family issues also.
Just a minute. Sorry. I was under charisma, inspired teams, and captivated audience with the powerful product presentations. Persistence returned to Apple and lead its transformation from near bankruptcy to global success. Creativity focus on elegant design and user experience. That is setting Apple apart. Then limitations. Its abrasive style shows that traits alone aren't enough, but effective leadership also requires emotional intelligence, behavior, and context. Then in conclusion, trait theory offers It's also about how those traits are applied in real-world situations. To truly understand and develop leaders, traits theory must be integrated with behavioral, situational, and transformational models. These complementary perspectives recognize that leadership is dynamic and shaped by actions, environment, and relationships. Thank you so much for listening. This is my references, which is the last slides. Over to you, Doctor, and the class.
Oh, thank you, Auma, for the presentation. And I hope members took a piece into their brains. Q&A session. Robert Drichi, what have you learned from the presentation? Drichi logged on and logged in and left the forum. Mubarak.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Thanks, Umalili, for great leadership. So I have learned for the leadership, outer leadership. It is like a characteristic. Is that is mean it is a born with the leadership. It is that straight. It is a born with the leadership. So, on other hand, what I learned from it, it is also you can build it by educational. You can build it by educational. So, for example, when he give it like some trait of leadership, like leadership of Napoleon. Napoleon, it is a, like trade leadership, and then he built his trade leadership by military leadership when he become leader of French military when it's occupation some part of Africa, like Egypt and other part in Europe. That's what I learned from BCC leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad Mubarak, for that submission. Maria, my own. Ssebuyungo. Mariam, comment about Beatrice's presentation. Wilber, hey members, this is sad. If you cannot respond to your colleague's presentation, that means we are making it for fun. And consequently, you are going to read independently. But what will happen to the final examination? At least each day we log in and somebody talks about something, you should be able to pick something to take back home. Now, what I would say, it is Beatrice, Since members are not ready to discuss your presentation, yes, Ari, you seem to be having something. Good, Ari. How is Comoros?
Comoros is okay.
Good.
Just I want to share what I learned from that the leadership trait theory is based on the idea that someone are born with natural quality that make them good leaders. And also it focuses on identifying traits such as confidence, honest, intelligence, and determination that are linked to leadership success. That is all. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Ari. It is a sign that you were attentive. Now a general question to class.
Yes.
Soda. Soda. Please close your mic. Mr. Soda.
Members, Mariam, you have something to say?
Yes, doctor. Sorry, I was
Go
just
on.
moving. That's why I wasn't able to speak. Okay,
Oh.
thank you,
And
Jeffrey,
my
for the
background is
presentation.
noisy today because I
Yes,
have
yes.
people constructing around. Go on.
Okay, okay, it's okay. I'm just thanking her for the presentation. It was good, and I have just like a summarization about the leadership trait theory. I can understand that it is suggested that certain individual possess the qualities of traits that makes them feel more effective leaders, and it is also one of the earliest like approaches to studying leadership, focusing on uh, who leaders are like and what leaders can do. And there is also, she talked about the key points on this series, which is the core idea about the leaders that they are born and not made, and some personal characteristic naturally on them. And also the common traits I identified that the intelligent self-confidence, determination, integrity, and emotional stability also. Um, and also she talked about the strengths, which is uh, leaders can provide benchmark for identifying potentials. And also not all people with traits become like leaders, and not all leaders can share the same traits. I think this is what I picked from her presentation, and thank you.
Thank you, Mariam. And I'm happy you were able to sum up what she presented. Thank you and keep it up. Did I present last week?
Sorry, doctor, what did you
Did
say?
I present last week? Excuse me. Ali, did you present to us last
He
week?
did not.
No, Doctor, I have to present now.
Hello, members. Who is coming next?
Me.
Mariam or Ari?
Ari.
Ari. Okay, before Ari gets on board, let's have a discussion for 5 more minutes. Go back to your community, have a flashback. I can see Robert's hand is up. Robert, do you have something to say?
No, Dr. Kips. I think
your hand was up.
It's well, you can come with the question.
Okay, now go have a flashback of what is happening in your community. Let us discuss application of the trait theory in our community. What traits do our communities, our local community leaders possess? Specify and explain to us. Think and have something to tell us about the community you come from. And we shall start with Tezira. Atono, are you on?
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Yes, I can see Tezra is on. Tell us about your community leaders. What special traits do they have that make them good leaders? You can look at one particular leader in your community whom you admire, or somebody you critique much, and you tell us what he's lacking or what she's lacking. With respect to the trait theory. Robert, get on board.
Yes, Dr. Kips, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. I think I would have a flashback to our former district chair of Gulu district, Honorable Ojara Martin Mapenduzi. A few of you probably may have heard about him in one way or the other. Now
Personally, I've ever met him in his office with those days of Mao's regime when he was the chairman, something there.
Yes, apparently, I think he's the chairperson for not Public Accounts Committee. There's a committee that is a chair, and I think one of the things that I like about him, one is his charisma, and then two is his level of intelligence. I remember 2016 presidential elections during the campaigns. He had an opportunity when the president of the country, His Excellency President Yoweri Kaguta, came to campaign. And he came to campaign in Omoro, and then was under Gulu district. And when he came to campaign, the member of parliament for Omoro County had an opportunity to present to the president in 30 minutes. And Mapenduzi was given 5 minutes, but the issues that he articulated in the 5 minutes summarized every communication or presentation that the county MP made in 30 minutes. And I felt that that is a leadership trait. Nobody could have done it better than he did, I mean. Thank you.
Thank you, Richie, for that insight about Guru and Mapenduzi. Suda, tell us about your community in South Sudan. Somebody you admire or somebody you critique as a leader. If Suda is not on, where is ready to share? Okay, if none, let's welcome Ali to make his presentation.
Yes, yes, doctor. Hello. Yes.
Talk,
Hello.
please.
Yes.
Hello,
Flashback.
I can hear you.
Yes, flashback to Sudanese community trait leadership in practice. We have like wisdom and experience. We have like elders and community heads are valid and for their judgment. They have their ability to give fair advice and make sound decision reflects the traits of intelligence and integrity in trait theory. This is in our community, back to Sudan, Sudanese community.
For that, thank you. Now, next we receive Ali and he presents to us. Ari, we are waiting for your presentation. Share the slide and then we move on. But Ari is not online. I'm not seeing him. Is it network or what?
He was in, but maybe his network is
He
not
was
good. Yeah, he
he
was
was
in.
in.
Yeah.
Yes. But now I no longer see him. Let's give him some few minutes. He might be organizing something, and if he gets on board, we shall listen to him. Ari, you are back. We are waiting for you to share your slide, and then we see what you prepared for us.
Hello. Hello.
We can hear you.
Hello.
Go on.
Hey, thank you so much, doctors. Good afternoon, members. This is Adi, and this is my presentation of leadership and management with the topic situational leadership theories, class assignments. So, look at a short definition. Situational leadership is a model that suggests there is no universal approach to to leading. Rather, successful leadership involve adjusting one's style based on the followers' level of maturity, skills, and motivation, as well as the demand of the task and the surrounding circumstances. Then literature review, according to Gref 1997, situational leadership has become a popular tool in management training programs. However, research results on how effective it really is have been mixed. Some studies support it, other question its effectiveness. Then also Thompson and Vascio, 2009, they found that when leaders adapt their style to match the needs of their team, for example, giving more guidance to these experienced workers and more freedom to skills ones, it can lead to better performance and higher job satisfaction. Then Fernandez and Vascio 1997, pressure, the need for quality and followers expertise. Effective leadership means selecting the style that best balance speed and participation in a given situation. Then, situational leadership model, Hassan and Bashar in 1977 explained that leaders should use different leadership styles depending on
Your network Ari is on and off. Ari,
coaching, selling, higher tax, higher relationship, used for
Ari,
yes,
rewind a bit because your network went off for some seconds.
sorry. So I have to go back.
Not going back. Around three statements.
Can I continue?
Continue.
Okay, thank you, doctor. Also coaching, they are coaching higher tax, higher relationship, used for somewhat capable but ensure or are willing followers. We have also supporting, participating, low tax, higher relationship used for capable followers who need confidence or motivation. We have also delegation, low tax, low relationship used for competent, confident, and motivated followers. Then, in the other side, we have situational, transactional, and transformational. On this table show aspects situational, transactional, and transformational. Under aspect, we have approach, which is flexible and adaptive. Motivation and approach depend on followers' needs, change, and innovation. And transactional, tax and rewards focuses motivate followers, maintain the status quo. transformational vision and inspiration, driving motive followers, encourage change and higher innovation. We have also motivation. Situational leadership just to followers needs transactional leader really in strength, rewards, and transformational leader inspire, in strength, motivation. We have change. Situational leaders adapt to the context. Transactional leaders maintain the status quo, and transformational leaders effective encourage change. Then innovation, situational leadership support moderate innovation, transactional leadership support low innovation, and transformational leadership fosters higher innovation. Then this slide talks about core concepts of situational leadership and positive outcome. So under this core concept of situational leadership, we have follower readiness, which is how ready or able the team is do a job. If they are new, the leader need more, the workers need more help. If they are scaled, they need more freedom. We have also adaptability, the leader's ability to change their style. A good leader doesn't lead the same way all the time. They change based on what the team needs. We have also task relationship orientation, feeding this right balance. Sometimes the leader must focus on work tasks. Other time, the leaders must focus on people relationship. We have also leader effectiveness. It's how successful the leader is. A leader is effective when they use the right style for the situation and the people they lead. Then in the other side, we have positive outcome, which is flexibility. Under this, being able to change how he or she lead based on the situation. We have also employee development, helping workers learn and grow so they can do more their own. We have also practical application. Application using leadership in real places like school, hospital, or offices. Then lastly, we have balanced leadership, being fair and equal, focusing on both the work and the people. Then this slide talks about limitation and analysis in modern contexts. Under limitation, we have complexity in assessing readiness. It can be hard to know how ready an employee really is. A leader must judge both skills and confidence. Then inconsistency in adaptation. Leaders don't always change their style correctly or at the right time. Some leaders keep using the same approach for everyone. And also, we have subjectivity and bias. Leaders may judge unfairly or based on personal feeling. Then we have limited empirical validation, validation. Then in the other side, the analysis and modern context, we have involving view, situational leadership in increasingly appreciated because it works well and uncertain or changing environments. It also fits well with hybrid leadership approach, allowing leaders to combine different styles depending on the situation. We have also application. Situational leadership is widely used in corporate management, education, and healthcare. In each area, it helps leaders adapt their style to the need, skills, and readiness of their teams or followers. We have also critique, despite its strengths, situational leadership forces for being to react and for relying heavily on the leader's personal judgments. So, in conclusion, situational leadership value flexibility and understanding people. It must useful when mixed with others still, because no one approach works for every leaders or teams. And this is in the other side. There are some reference for my work, and thank you members for listening. Hey, what? Hello? Eh? Sawa na matiroha. Hello? Sawa na kunishiminiha.
Yes, Ali, we are on still.
Hey.
Except we are holding on to the lecturer to come through.
Okay. I thought that yeah.
Ari, don't remove your presentation. You are still on the floor. Thank you for the presentation, Ari. And back to the attendees. Auma Beatrice, what have you learned from Ari's presentation? Situational leadership.
Thank you. Ali, thank you so much for the presentation. But I have learned a lot, but I also have a question. I had a question that I wanted to ask. And this one goes to Doctor, not to Ali. I wanted a clarification on a classification, like if we are to classify the the human rights, and the pastors, and community development officer. Where do they fall? Do they fall in this situational leadership theory, or where do they fall? I want a clarification on that.
Uma, why are you asking me? We have been attending together all the presentations. The
Okay,
members must
okay, back to
contribute.
the member, back to class. I want to understand, because why I've asked that question, like an example, like when you look at a situational leader, should be someone who advocates, who oversees, like a community organizer, someone who advocates for the rights of people. So do these three people fall in under situational leadership? Back to class.
And probably before class members come on board, Beatrice, you presented about trait theory today, not so?
Yes.
Don't you think leaders who possess those specific traits
Yes.
you have specified can also be part of situational leadership?
Yes, they are also part. I agree.
If you agree, then let the ball be on the floor of the students, entire students' body.
Yes, Robert. Yes, Robert. Yes, Robert.
Yes, Lily, are you conversing directly with me or we are still in class?
Class, I'm asking. That is the question that I've asked the class.
I think Ali is still online. He's the main presenter. He could probably give his understanding of the question that you are putting forward.
Dochi.
Mr. Omalili, let me submit. Let me submit something on my view about your question. So I think that three categories also can be following, also can be underlined or uh, for the situational leadership, because when you go through about the presentation, we find that it is a effective leadership must be adopt the leadership style. For example, any leadership style have like different characteristics. When Dr. Gibbs said, if it is a great leadership uh, can be have like a characteristic leadership. So any strong leadership have like leadership style. When we adopt like leadership style to the situation, what of any situation, when we follow it, that is mean it can be like situational leadership. Uh, for example, let us just go nearby our African leadership. Uh, so Museveni is a leadership. So now we can adopt any of his effective leadership style situation of any situation. When we adopt it, and follow it by the style uh, of coaching, teaching, supporting, delegating, of anywhere, any of the style of leadership situations, that means can be situational leadership. Also, like our leadership, Africa leadership, Ibrahim Traore. So actually, when we effect with his situational style, how to lead their community, how to lead their national. So that's when actually it will be under line of situational leadership when we follow it. I hope to I hope I answer some question about
Beatrice, are you satisfied there? Let us get other responses from other members. But yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think what Beatrice is trying to bring up is the application of situational leadership. That it may not be limited to the healthcare service provision or education in itself primarily. She brings in the context of human rights, and especially when it relates to human rights violation. And I think their situational leadership strongly comes in because there's definitely a scenario, and most likely the affected or aggrieved persons are more likely to support and fall in or fall behind a leader who will advance for their cause. And therefore, I think situational leadership will come in strongly there. The situational leadership theory may come in strongly to support in such a case. The same way with community activities or community programming, you realize maybe there's a situation within the community. Say, for example, let's say there's land rancor, and then you apply situational leadership skills to try and address and solve such issues within the community. I believe that is what she wanted clarity on. And I also think that in those contexts, situational leadership approach comes in handy because it is based on the situation, and it's more, according to Ali's presentation, it is more likely to be subjective than objective in one way or the other. Thank you. That is my submission.
Thank you, Dritche. Now, suppose you are in office, Auma Beatrice, you are working with an NGO as a manager. One of your members Mariam.
Yes, doctor.
Doctor, I didn't get you well. Your network was breaking. I didn't pick anything.
I asked a question. Can you hear me, Mariam, now?
Yeah, but I wasn't hearing you well. Can you repeat this, please?
I'm repeating the question. You are leading a team of religious members, male or female. Suddenly, you as a leader in your office, you see a fight starting. How would you address such? Mariam, is the question clear now?
Yes, it is clear. If I get it right, you said that I'm in the situation, I'm the leader, I'm in the situation that the employee are fighting. What is the action that I can take, right? Isn't it?
That's the question on the table.
Okay. Okay, in this kind of situation, the only decision that can be taken is to identify the problem itself. I mean the problem that caused the fight between them, and after that, I can just analyze this with the committee, like and we know what is the problem exactly, and uh, and then we can act accordingly as a committee to just fix this, instead of just like taking my decision like without knowing what the problem exactly, and between the employees. So after we analyze, we hear the problem, analyze it, and then I can address it like between the managers, and then I can take the decision based on this. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to the story. Now I want lessons learned from Ari's presentation. Can we discuss them? What has Ari presented today? Robert Ritchie.
Thank you, Doctor. I wanted to add a little to Mariam's submission. That's a complex situation at place of work, and it would require a leader with skills in conflict management. The modern theories say conflicts are good, and they should not be suppressed. They exist, and if we manage them well, it can actually lead to a change in an organization. So just like Mariam has said, you listen to the parties, you communicate the organizational position, you can collaborate with the members, and probably come to a mutual agreement, which is a compromise where the parties involved, that is the organization, and then the two factions that are conflicting are all mutually agree and come to a point of agreement. Having said that, you asked a learning point. You asked about a learning point from Ali's presentation. I think to me, what I have picked greatly from the situational leadership style is that if you are a situational leader, you're more likely, as a weakness of situational leadership theory, you're more likely to be reactive than to prevent occurrences of certain situations. So as a situational leader, we need to try as much as possible, even as you manage according to situations, to try to foresee what situations may arise in a particular context or organization and attempt to avoid them before they actually arise than to react or respond to situations. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert, and you are using experience. Now to all the students in class, listen to this and then discuss it. Some situations are too hard and complex to successfully lead or manage. Explain with examples. Some situations are too hard and complex to successfully lead or manage. Explain with relevant examples. I'm waiting for responses. Hands up if you have any. Yes, Richie.
Let me give an example of the Public Order Management Bill and the application of
I cannot expect where you are taking us. On.
yeah, the application of that bill, which of course many people saw it as a plan to curtail the activities of political activists who are opposed to government in one way or the other, to control them from popularizing their agenda. Now imagine yourself as a leader of the police that is supposed to keep law and order, and there's a public order management bill that violates the individual rights of persons to freely associate and interact with others. It presents a complex situation where either you have to respond according to the demands of the people who hold the power to pay you or to retain you in a position or to promote you in one way or the other, or you go against the rights of the people and harass them in one way or the other. We've witnessed very unhealthy situations, especially around election time, 2021, 2016, where that bill was basically used against opposition gatherings of opposition politicians and their activities in the country. Thank you. This is for academic purposes.
But and I love when you academicians state facts and then control emotions from opponents they state for academic purposes. It's a reality. Human rights are violated. Beatrice raised a complaint about human rights. That was part of the applications we are supposed to bring the matter in, even pastors and then CDF, community development officers, CDOs. But then you are very right. Insincerely, you are like the head of security in a country, police, of law and order, police, and then you are inwardly against the government. But then there is this public order management bill. They ask you to lead a team of policemen to go and arrest the opposition members who are rallying or assembling somewhere. It is a bit controversial. You yourself, you don't support the act, but then because of the position of power, you're supposed to address it. It is terrible and bad. And that's where we test the ability of who qualifies as a situational leader. And I've stated that some situations are too hard and complex to successfully manage. You have brought out the public order management bill and the action of ordinary citizens who may be interested in assembling and gathering with a common goal, yet the Constitution awards them the right for public assembly, free public assembly. It becomes difficult to manage. Let us hear other examples of such situations which are hard to manage. Members, any ideas? Members, have you ever heard of tsunami?
No.
Mariam, you've never heard of tsunami?
No, doctor.
Hey, Beatrice, have you ever heard of tsunami? TSUMA. What is it? What do you know about it, Beatrice?
It's a natural disaster. That can cause loss of life, property, and actually leaving majority of the people around there miserable and displaced.
Suppose you are the president, how would you address that? Generally, all natural disasters, all natural events are situations that are too hard and complex to successfully manage. By the time you implement management measures, the situation is already out of control. Death has already occurred. Ssebuyungo, are you on board? Any other examples of situations that are hard and complex successfully read and manage? Richie, your hand is up.
I can also imagine a situation where there is mob justice.
Go on.
Like for example, maybe somebody who has committed defilement, maybe under the influence of, say, for example, drugs, and the community takes up the law into their hands and want to actually kill this person. Witnessed a situation in Arua where a drug addict, assumed drug addict, who defiled a young child was actually burned to death using petrol. And of course, police had to come in to try and rescue this young man. But then a conflict ensued between police and the people, the community. So such a scenario can also be very challenging to manage.
A good relevant example. Thank you. Ma'am.
Yes, doctor. I just want to reflect on Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela as example. So he was and the situational leadership style that he was using. Nelson Mandela was also adopting this leadership style, and the reason was to fit the needs of his people and also the circumstances that happened in South Africa at that time. So and he used the situational leadership style by directing his people like a peaceful protest and also he also gives rule like giving them a clear orders and directions to the movement and everything, and also he had to be also like having the authority to do this, and also he was coaching them by communicating with who was the leader. He was a leader who can communicate with the I mean with the Secretary General, General and the leaders, and the leaders and officials, people that was ruling the country. And also he was supporting, beside participating in the democracy transition. So I think Nelson Mandela, we can take him as a strong example for situational leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam, for your contribution. Beatrice.
Thank you. In the chat, Wilber requested me to read for him. I think he's not in class, but he has given his view. It reads, coppers where we could not purchase items and meet expenses. I was the financial manager responsible to sign checks as a second signatory after him. Now he had come with a check directed to him with the 20 million Ugandan shilling. Yet we were only having 21 million. The month was ending where we had a plan to pay salaries and other effects. When he brought the check for himself, I was like, should I sign or I don't? And I lose the job. That is the view from submission from Wilber. Then from my side, I want to give us a situation where I work. I work in a community where people are poor. We all know Karamoja, the needy people. The people, like a person, you find a person and you really look at someone like they are really in need. There was a village which we realized there was an outbreak of dysentery in that community. Because where we are, our beneficiaries, we always treat them. But when we realized that there was a month, dysentery was becoming too much, then we realized that all the children and all the caregivers who were coming for that treatment. All were registering, coming with a complaint of dysentery. Then I remember the first thing that it was a very tough situation. And the first thing that we had to do for that community, we did the assessment of the situation. We wanted to understand, like, what brought this outbreak, and we find also the community need and what are the available resources that at that time we needed to help with the community. And it was not an easy thing. This called for the involvement of the district health team, where we had to really be in the community, coming even to 3 weeks, to make sure that that community, be it a child, be it a mother, they were not in contact with the next village. It was not an easy thing, but we managed. As we are talking right now, at least some 2 months ago, the community was able to come out of the situation. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. And before probably Robert comes in again, are you telling us that the cholera outbreak happened in Karamoja in a dry season? Was it a wet season? Beatrice? She has gone. Okay, Robert.
Yeah, doctor, I'm also looking at a scenario that happened not so many years ago when Uganda decided to pass the anti-homosexuality bill. And the LGBT rights people, including then the United States of America and other European countries that supports it as a human rights issue, threatened to cut aid to Uganda and also levy sanctions on some of the leaders of this country, which we all know that, for example, for Uganda's case, 60% of our budget is actually donor funded. But the head of state stood the ground and ascended to the bill amid these threats from Western powers or Western countries. And to me, I think I commend him for that decision. Thank you. But otherwise, it would have been a difficult scenario, a complex scenario for any other leader, knowing that you risk 60% of aid cut to your budget.
That is another good one. Any other supplements on situational leadership? Ssebuyungo, are you on now? Now tell members, alert the class coordinator. I see him active on TikTok and X. He's busy sharing information, what he's discussing there. But he logged in class and he has not contributed anything. Suda talked once and then I've not heard her again. Suda, are you on? Desira, you are looking for
Yes.
speak.
Yes,
Speak.
I'm on.
Any contribution?
On transitional? Hello?
Go on, if you have anything to contribute about situational leadership theory. If nothing, then thank you, members. Thank you for attending today. That marks the
Okay.
end of today's meeting. God bless you.
Okay. Thank you.